Did you see the pictures this week that the Chinese released from the far side of the moon, looking at Earth? I saw it and I thought it reminded me of a statement by Einstein a long time ago, and he said, "The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It's the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Whoever does not know it can no longer wonder, no longer marvel, is as good as dead, and his eyes are dimmed." Seeing our beautiful planet from that far side really lifts us above the turmoils of the day-to-day world we live in, and we can imagine, we can envision peace on earth. Now, this Valentine's Day, I think we will be taking a flight into Daydreams because we have a beautiful energy coming with it. And also this week, we have a potentially explosive meetup because the god of lightning and warrior Mars are coming into a meetup that's going to be very exciting on Tuesday. And this week is the testing point, the first quarter moon, so that you look at the intentions you set for this lunar cycle on that new moon in Aquarius, February 4th. And now we get down to Earth as this quarter moon in Taurus gives us the Rock of Gibraltar to stand on. Hi, I'm Judith Royal, archetypal astrologer, and this is your astrology weather forecast for February the 11th to the 17th, 2019. Monday, February the 11th, may be the most loving day in this week because the moon is in the sensuous sign of Taurus and making this beautiful harmony with Venus, who is now in the sign of earthy Capricorn. So this energy has the same loving spirit that Mars will make with Venus on this Thursday for Valentine's Day. In essence, I think it is that you will feel your love for someone or for many people, friends alike, because you'll feel it as a natural part of who you are. So you can resist the daydreaming, but don't resist on Monday because it has the seed of an inspired work of art in it, inspired artistry. And then Tuesday is a wow. It is probably going to be the most exciting and potent day of this week for two reasons. First, it's the first crisis turning point in the lunar cycle because it is the quarter moon in Taurus that is calling us to tend to that garden in our minds. So it's clear your calendar of anything that you can. Simplicity is the great antidote to all this Mars energy. And you are going to have to make some choices between weeds and sprouts. And it's not just for this one particular lunar cycle. It definitely applies to the plans that you have for 2019. We may feel like, I think we will feel like, we just can't stand the limitations that we see around us any longer. And so we get this booster rocket from Mars that sort of says, let's make a break for our freedom. Now, Mars is going to, on this Thursday, on Valentine's Day, he's going to move into Taurus, but this Tuesday, he's finishing up his time in Aries. So in that last bit in Aries, there is an emphasis, there is a strong need for us to assert our freedom, and there is also a willingness to fight for it. So it's a culmination of his whole journey through Aries fire. So you fire signs out there, Don't even try to sit still this week because Mars is going to thrust you into action, and it'll be very good for you. So Tuesday is ordinarily, even without this aspect, is ruled by Mars. It's the day we like to get things done, get stuff done. And this Tuesday, February the 12th, that is particularly true. We're in the mood to fight because Mars runs headlong into the god of lightning. And this crashing together of aggressive energies is going to stir up rash behavior and sudden upsets. You can look for that on the world stage, where the archetypes will definitely play that out. And it is a setup for carelessness. So what you might put on your calendar is, this is not a day to run the yellow caution light. And if you were already angry, you might as well roll up the windows in your car and scream. It's a lot better than picking a fight. But we're all staying on our feet, being light on our feet, and expecting the unexpected. So don't get too attached to your plans this week. They're not going to go as you thought they might or as you hoped. But that's not bad news. That keeps us innovative, and it's a great time then to start something new. Now, also this week, let me say first, Wednesday's quiet. It's a Gemini moon, and Wednesday's the day for meetings and communications, so that's very nice. You won't have to have any particular upsets or troubles. But then on Thursday, for Valentine's Day, warrior Mars, who is the mythological lover of Venus, the goddess of love, he moves into his most sensuous place. That's the fertile earth of Taurus and Taurus's green thumb. And meanwhile, Venus has been enjoying the Capricorn mountaintops, sort of taking in the beauty, miles and miles of unobstructed view. And she's been more objective than she usually is, but that can also be rather cool and aloof. But it's a time for this Valentine's, it's the time for the C word, right? Which is to commit yourself to love, commit yourself to your friendships, your relationships. And if you're not ready to discuss your intentions with your sweetheart, you better just stay home. Because Venus in Capricorn is also traveling with Saturn and Pluto, who've been there for quite a while, that objective ability, the far-seeing that we all have, is very much heightened, especially as we're going to be moving into a super full moon in Virgo on February 19th, and that's going to be very important for all of us. In terms of, well, you remember I mentioned last time, we are really being called to shrug off, like Atlas, those heavy responsibilities. And I had suggested that you look at your life, places where you know you are spread too thin, because that's where the crisis is going to occur. And that's true this week, and as will be true especially next week, as we have that illumination from the full moon that will show us parts about this that we haven't seen before. So we're going to stay alert, and well, we are actually right now all very alert, aren't we? I think we have been woken up by the god of lightning, and we are ready to not only say what we see, but we're really ready to speak up for things that previously we might have felt so discouraged that we just gave up. But that is going to be no longer true, because these kind of extreme polarities that we see in the archetypes on the world stage, they aren't going to be resolved in the old sense of it, but rather we're just simply going to let it die, all of that, because from the ashes, remember, like the phoenix, we're all being reborn. There is absolutely a new way to live life, and we're tuning into it right now. 2019 is a year of cataclysmic shifts because in this year, actually starting January 2018, all the way to December of this year, we have the birth of a new 33-year cycle. And that one is coming from Saturn with Pluto, which is wow, meaning you can put this next to that big star I've been asking you to do for March the 6th, when there will be the completion of the god of lightning moving into the sign of Taurus. And there is, in fact, on that road ahead, a beautiful message from the I Ching hexagram, the number 22, which is the hexagram of grace. And in it, it says that the image shows a fire that breaks out in the secret depths of the earth, that's Uranus, and blazing up, illuminates and beautifies the mountain, that's Capricorn, and the heavenly heights are seen. Grace, beauty of form, is necessary in any union if it is to be well-ordered and pleasing rather than disordered and chaotic. And there is our hope, right? How beautiful from the ancient I Ching, the keeping still mountain above and the clinging fire below is just a perfect description of this meetup that we are having and the times that are shifting so drastically for this 2019. We'll find within ourselves that great determination to accomplish our goals and to speak up. Like I imagine, or imagine with me, what it takes for a blade of grass to weave its way through a crack in the sidewalk and to reach the sunlight and grow green. We are seeing that this soft leaf against the hardened cement, it would look like a miracle, right? It's really this stubborn perseverance that is truly our strength right now, the energies that we can download from the universe, to be so determined to reach the light in spite of what others would call an impossible wall, an impossible barrier. And some might have said to that blade of grass, "Oh, give up. The odds are way against you." But not true, because in Mother Nature's way, that tremendous effort completes a journey simply because that's naturally the course of what wants to happen. Exactly the same thing is true for you in your magnificent destiny. All we need to do, actually, is get out of the way and allow that to happen. Allow is actually one of my favorite words because it implies an active noticing and yet a relaxed and peaceful doing that simply works with the rhythm of the universe. Take love as an example. What if all you had to do was allow love to find you? And how? What do you need to do for that to happen? It's so simple, and yet one of the most difficult things that we create for ourselves. We simply have to dismantle the personal walls that we have built to hide behind in the name of safety and protection. But really, do we need protecting from love? We thought we did, but actually now we can find out, well, what the heck? What have we got to lose? We might as well come out of our hiding place and acknowledge the fact that we ourselves are the ones who walled us in and walled love out. So, you have nothing to lose by showing yourself. So thanks for listening. That's all for this week. And you can always get in touch with me by email, judith@judithroyal.com, if you'd like to take a personal look at your own chart. So thanks for listening, and bye for now.